Hey, welcome to Later Mud. As you can tell, I'm packing to take a trip. I'm going over to East Tennessee to visit some family. But they just called and told me that they're planning to take a trail ride in their Jeeps while I'm there. This happens to be on a trail that's been on my bucket list for years. And then they asked me the question, would you like to bring your Jeep and go along with us? What would you say? Well, of course I said yes, putting all my gear in as quick as I could. Yep, recovery gear, everything I own. This is a tough trail. It's a challenging trail, but I'm confident I can do it. Let me tell you, it's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog. I know I can do it. I know my Jeep can do it. It's been on tougher trails than this, and I've always come home. Today we're going to take that wild exit off I-40. That's not really an exit, but at the end of the guardrail, right around mile marker 8, you just drop off the side of the interstate and you're on the trail. Yep, we're heading to Hurricane Creek Trail, one of North Carolina's most popular epic adventure trails. After a quick stop for breakfast in Newport, Tennessee, we all checked out our rigs, topped off with gas, and hit the road. Within minutes, we were on Tennessee Highway 32. This is a fun road. Paved, but fun. 28 miles of so many curves up and over this mountain. It was a lot of fun first thing that morning, and a great warm-up before hitting the trail. Before we knew it, we were crossing over the Tennessee-North Carolina state line, rolling into North Carolina. Suddenly, right on the state line, we were on a dirt road. I knew I liked North Carolina for some reason. Same highway, same mountain, switching from pavement to dirt. Now the fun begins. This amazing dirt highway continued for a while, keeping us right on the edge, looking down the side of this mountain. After a few more miles of winding, curvy mountain service roads, we slowed down to take a turn. Now this was my day of just following, having fun. I had no maps up, no GPS, nothing. Just enjoying the ride. And putting my trust in those up ahead of me. This became an even more narrow trail alongside a beautiful creek. We followed the trail back into the forest a few more miles until eventually we came to a dead end. We all stopped, got out, stretched our legs, and then took a short hike to a really cool waterfall. This waterfall even had an iron bar door built into it at the bottom. We took a look inside the best we could with a flashlight, took a few pictures, but we're really not sure what the door is, or what it's for, or what was inside. If anybody from the area knows, please drop a note in the comments and share with us what this is all about. Now that we're all stopped here, this was a good opportunity to air down our tires. Airing down might be a new term to some of you, but if you're out here all day bouncing and climbing over some rocks, this is a game changer. What does airing down do for you? There's many reasons to air down and many ways to air down. Here's my main 3. Better grip. It gives me a wider footprint that allows me to have better traction for rocks, mud, sand, and more. No need to go this low on this trail, but for the small rocks and the few big rocks, it's needed. Comfort. It just makes my ride so much more comfortable. Things that appear to be rough and tough turns out to be a lot smoother ride once I air down. And always put your valve covers in your pocket. Sitting on top of the Jeep or on top of the tire, that's where they're going to be when you take off. And protection. A smooth ride protects my rig, the joints, connections, and many other parts, especially my tires. There used to be a commercial down in Florida. Tires ain't pretty. Well, tires ain't cheap either. And by airing down, I can protect my tires from getting punctured when rolling over some of these sharp rocks. There are many ways to air down. A simple key, a good twig or a stick, or those crazy cool systems that connect all 4 tires at once, and you're done in minutes. But personally, I'm not in a hurry out here. I've used these for years. You calibrate each one at home down to the PSI you want it to stop at. And when you get out on the trail, you just put one on each tire. The air comes out until it gets to the PSI you have it set for. And it stops. Take them off, toss them back in the pouch, and here we go. Okay, I'm sure some of you already noticed, we're not on Hurricane Creek. You're right, big surprise to me too. They said they had a surprise shortcut to take me on, but would not say where. But as soon as we just crossed that water crossing, I realized my bucket list trail for Hurricane Creek had to wait a couple hours, because we just started another trail that was also on my bucket list. What? 2 for 1. 2 bucket list trail rides in one day. Yep, we're on the old Goat Trail, or Old Buzzard's Roost Road as some people call it. We're heading up to Buzzard's Roost Overlook. Come on, go with us, and give us a thumbs up. I've always wanted to go up to Buzzard's Roost, but every time I mapped it out, I always planned to take the easy road, the new road. Looking at the pictures and videos of the Goat Trail or the old Buzzard's Roost Road, it looked way too challenging for me. But just throw me on here with no warning and a bunch of other Jeeps. You can't say no. Just around this curve, we'll hop out onto the new Buzzard's Roost Road, that easy dirt gravel road I mentioned. This will take us on up to the overlook. Now we're having a blast. We're tired, we're driving, we're working hard. But man, did we feel bad when we saw this guy. Way up here on a bike. Man, that's hard work. Way to go, man. We're almost at the overlook. It's a short climb from the road through the trees, and you're on the edge. Basically a rock sticking out over the top of this mountain, looking down into the gorge, 1,000 feet above I-40 and the Pigeon River. Okay, on to Hurricane Creek. This is one trail where rolling into the trail is about as exciting as the trail itself. First, we're heading west through another tunnel. It's about 4 miles from the tunnel you can see from Buzzard's Roost. But as soon as you exit the tunnel, well, now we're on eastbound I-40, and as you get to the end of the guardrail, hang a right, drop off the interstate. That's the official trailhead. We've already stopped tear down, but if you plan to do so here, you have a couple choices. About a mile or two before the trailhead, there is a rest stop on I-40. That's your last bathroom break, snack opportunities, and a chance to air down before getting on the trail. After you get on the trail, continue on a little ways and it will open back up for you to pull over. Okay, let's get on down the trail and have some fun as we wind up the side of the mountain on this forest road along Hurricane Creek. trail starts to pull you in as it gets close and tight. Hey, if you're not a fan of scratches or pinstripes or trail tattoos on your rig, beware. A lot of this trail is overgrown in spots.
The old bus is here on your left.
Got it.
Want to get out?
A few miles in, you come up on one of the trail's random pieces of history, a shell of an old school bus. A super cool spot to stop and take some pictures. I'm not 100% sure on the history of this bus.
Had to be a lot better road back then.
I did hear a story that it was actually converted into a large trailer and hauled up here back in the 1970s, and then left, abandoned. Now sitting here for us to all enjoy and make up news stories. I bet that driver retired early after having that gang on the bus. Okay, let's climb up the rest of this mountain. I mentioned earlier that I'm pretty much in a stock Rubicon. A buddy behind me mentioned at one stop that he appreciated me cleaning off the tops of all the rocks before he got to them. We didn't do that bad, but there were a few times we slid and scraped some rocks. Towards the end of the trail, there's this big rock right in the middle of the trail. Somehow, we did not get this on video. Sorry about that. It would have been an epic scene. I gotta tell you what happened though. If you've been there, you know, the rock takes up most of the trail, just enough room for your passenger tire to go by. Quick clip from the Overland Brothers, just so you can see what I was talking about. How the rock tilts you over to the edge. All I could see was clouds and blue sky, so I told him I needed someone to talk me over. I heard over the radio, "Go a little to the right." My wife, looking down the mountain, says, "Do not go right." I'm thinking, they see my tires. I trust they're telling me to keep it to the right, to keep everything level and not lift up the driver's side too high to tilt it over and flip us. So a little to the right I go. On the radio, a little bit louder. "A little more right." My wife, "Do not." On the radio, "More right." Then suddenly, really loud, I hear them screaming, "I mean left, 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 I mean left. I'm looking in the mirror." The whole time, they were telling me backwards. All she had was silence and just a stare. We scraped on over the rock, climbed down off of it, and finished the trail safely. As we got to the top of the mountain, I was thinking back on the day. An amazing day of surprises, bucket list items checked, and more. Hey, we just made it home from the trip. What a ride. Thank you to my family inviting me to come over and do that. It was a blast. 2 bucket list trails in one day. You can't ask for a better day than that. I've been going through my mind some of the things we saw, some of the things we did. And if you remember, we stopped and we aired down at the beginning. This allowed us to have a better grip, a more comfortable, smooth ride, and also protected our rigs all day. As that was going through my mind, I started thinking, God does that for us every day. When we kneel down and pray to Him, life can be hard. And today, I know a lot of us just feel like life is totally out of control. But stick with me for a few minutes. This could change your life. Airing down helps us out on the trail. Kneeling down every day will help you on life. Just like a Jeep needs solid traction, we also need spiritual traction. God provides us a better grip, and He does that through conviction. Sometimes He'll tell you to stop something, and sometimes He'll tell you to start something. That's conviction on your heart of things God's wanting you to do, or not wanting you to do. He'll also provide a better grip through wisdom. The Bible says, "For the Lord gives wisdom. Out of His mouth comes knowledge." What that means is His words. His words are knowledge and will provide wisdom to you. How do you get His word? You read the Bible every day, you pray, you listen to God, and He'll speak to your heart through His word, through the Bible, and through prayer. Another way to get better grip is peace. First thing that comes to my mind is the old thing of no peace, no God. No peace, no God. The better you know God, the more time you spend with Him kneeling down and praying, the better peace will be in your heart. Through kneeling down in prayer, God uses all of these to give you a better grip on life. Prayer isn't begging, it's retuning and readjusting. God's word says, "I will strengthen you. Yes, I will help you." Another way is when you kneel down and pray, God can help you with a smoother ride in life. He doesn't remove the obstacles, but He will reduce how violently they shake you. Life's going to have rocks, ruts, hidden roots, steep climbs, but God's presence will provide a smoother ride. The bumps won't disappear, but they don't break you either. And something else, God can make your journey smoother when you open up to people He brings into your life at the right time. Sometimes He sends encouragers, mentors, and friends. And be aware, when God shares them with you, listen to those wise voices. And finally, when you kneel down and pray, God can help you with better protection. God is protecting you 24/7 when you stay connected in prayer. You may never know what God saved you from today. A canceled trip, a delayed trip, a closed door. Those are what I call divine reroutes. Prayer also allows God to protect your mind. When you stay connected to Him, He guards your thoughts with peace. The Bible says, "And the peace of God will guard your heart and your mind." So friends, always remember, God is your traction to get you a better grip on life. God is your suspension to get a smoother ride through life. And God is your armor and your spotter to protect your journey. I hope this helps somebody today. Remember, God doesn't promise us an easy trail, but He does promise us if we will ask, He will ride with you, guide you, strengthen you, and get you home.
Hey, thanks for stopping by my YouTube channel today. I hope you had fun, but more than that, I hope you were blessed. If you liked the video, share it with somebody. And then go down and click on like and subscribe. And leave me a comment. Let me know where you're watching from, what moved your heart today, and if there's anything I can pray with you about. Make sure you watch the next video coming out real soon. But until then, as you get closer to God and further away from that messed up devil, be sure you shout out, "Later, mud." Y'all come back real soon. Love you.